Guys, welcome to CommonWealth Coffee. This is going to be the first stop in a new series I'm bringing to you called Locals Only, dedicated to spotlighting and highlighting some of San Antonio's finest local businesses. We're going to be talking with Marcel. He's co-owner of CommonWealth Coffee. They provide us a great spread today. It's going to be a great time. I hope you enjoy. I'd like to welcome everybody out today. We're sitting here with owner of CommonWealth Coffee, Marcel Arena. We're going to talk to him about his business here, about CommonWealth Coffee, how it started off as a one business, one entity, and has grown into 9 places across San Antonio, using locally sourced ingredients, an herb garden, and coffee from Cuvée Coffee from a roasting house in Austin, Texas. I'd like to introduce Marcel Arena.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
It's really nice to be able to sit down with you and basically share your experience here. So thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Yes. So basically, with your French chef Vincent Lacoste, a third-generation baker from Dax, France, CommonWealth has a deep-rooted connection with France and French cuisine. Was it a dream of yours to bring his experience from France back to San Antonio? And could you tell me how you got from where you were to where you are now?
Right. The project itself, I mean, when it started out, is you're going through all these little small phases, right? So you wanted to provide coffee, and you wanted to get the best coffee. So that's how you end up, through going through all the different providers out there, because there's phenomenal coffee out there, right? And props to some of the places roast here locally. But we decided to go with Cuvée, top of the line. So we have the coffee part figured out. Then comes, we have to give something for people to meddle with. When you're having a nice cup of coffee, you wanna take a nice bite.
A little more than biscotti.
Right, right. And it was very evident that if we were gonna bring a product and introduce a product to our customer base, we wanted to have the best of there. So let's get it from the lion's mouth, right?
Yeah.
So let's go to France and let's go find the most amazing, phenomenal, outstanding baker that we could. And after hundreds of interviews, we were lucky and blessed to fall with Vince.
Tell us a little bit about Vince. I mean, from what you told me earlier, Vince has been doing this for quite a long time. In fact, go ahead and tell me a little bit
He's
about
a third-generation baker. I mean, he has a twin brother who owns his own bakery over there in France. Vince was more the venture. He wanted to try something else, which brought him all the way to San Antonio, right? He was in New York for a time. And his family also owned a bakery. His grandfather owned a bakery before that. So with that line of experience, it was just, any questions we ever had or anything like that, it's just a phone call away from him. Yeah. And it would have been rigorous Googling for us, right? So he comes down, he's been with us since day one, since we opened. So going on 5 years.
We're talking about the importance of supporting small business like yours, but CommonWealth has exemplified these beliefs since opening in January of 2015 by taking extensive measures to use locally sourced ingredients, traveling long distances to visit area farmers markets, and using Cuvée coffee beans from their roasting houses in Austin. But recently you guys have flipped the script with your nonprofit initiative, A Token of Gratitude. Could you tell us a bit about this initiative and how people in our area can get involved?
When we opened several of our businesses, we built this relationship with the Baptist hospitals, and it was really catered around convenience, being in these prime locations where we know we're catering to San Antonio. So we wanted to we always have kept that idea in mind. Having the ability of being in these hospitals and seeing the frontline workers there and giving everything that they can in order to make sure that we were protected. Highly respectful. Something that we wanted to make sure that it was heard loud and clear that we're here for you. We want to thank you for what you've done for us. So we just wanted to give a little back to them.
So how is A Token of Gratitude doing that? How are they achieving it?
We made the commitment that to ourselves, basically, we wanted to provide food, coffee, to frontline workers. We've grabbed different departments. We have 3 locations inside Baptist hospitals, and we started providing for them. In return, we started asking at our stores, taking advantage of the fact that, hey, we have customers here. A lot of people do want to help, and they do want to support. Sometimes they just don't know how they can do it. So I wanted to create awareness out of it. So I created a nice flyer with Bansky. I saw this great picture that Bansky had set up, which is basically a little kid playing with this nurse instead of playing with a Batman or a Spider-Man, and that completely bought me, and I wanted to post that out there. The heroes out there for us right now are definitely frontline workers, police officers, firemen, everybody in the hospital, doctors, nurses, specifically nurses. I mean, nurses are beyond most respected profession for me. So we wanted to be able to provide for them. So we started asking customers, hey, you know what? We're doing this every single day. If you want to help us with a token, a small amount of money, we'll be able to continue this. They'll help us for the processing, for the making, and for the delivery of this product. Now, the sense that I get is I'm tired of the pandemic. So people are trying to get back to this normal life but the pandemic's not done. It's still there. Yeah. All these other organizations are still having to operate and work with all of these challenges in front of them. And it's not going to get any easier. In fact, it's probably getting more difficult for them. So if we have the ability to still be able to provide back and support locally, our city and everything, I think it's our duty to be able to give back for how well we've been received as well.
Unlike many one-trick ponies that have 1 or 2 items that attract people to their establishments, the reviews and articles about CommonWealth speak about many of the fares on your menu, from the buttery croissants to your lavender lattes, Belgian waffles, and many more. The SA Express News even posed the question regarding your breakfast tacos, asking, can a breakfast taco be described as adorable? For those that may be visiting CommonWealth for the first time, what are a few of the items you feel are must-haves?
Wow, for breakfast or lunch?
I don't know when they're getting here.
Well, I mean, the go-to for everybody in the breakfast is definitely they've gone for the taco. If you want to mix it up a little bit, you can get the best of both worlds, where you have your croissant with the taco inside of the croissant. Let's put it that way, right?
Oh, all right.
So it's kind of like it's a little mix right there. I think those two are phenomenal.
Okay.
When it comes down to lunch, we've gone through phases, and one of the things is that we used to do the croque monsieur, which can be a ham and cheese sandwich, but a French style out of it. And what we've done is create the croque madame, which we put a fried egg on top.
So yeah, I've read about that one. The oatmeal.
The oatmeal is a phenomenal one that we made from scratch. We basically go bake our oats and we create our own parfait. So all these little things. I mean, good Lord. I mean, the whole menu. If you have enough space.
Well, from the beginning, when you had to fight the city over zoning issues, to now having 9 locations sprawled across the city, CommonWealth Coffee has left an indelible mark on San Antonio Coffeehouse scene. Yes. So what's next for you guys now and in the future? What's the plan? Where's the road taking you guys?
When I started in this business, I jumped in as a manager with the prospect of becoming a partner, hopefully. And I looked at my business partner now, Jorge, and I asked him, when do we stop? We were at 4, I think, and I asked that question, and he said, it's very difficult when these amazing opportunities are coming. We've had a lot of people knock on our door and say, we want what you guys have here with us. And we've studied every single one of them, and we haven't slowed down. At one stage, I thought we were doing so much at one time. And it's been a crazy ride. Very crazy. It started off, this business, this location that we're in the Alamo Heights, Mankey Park area, was a house that was falling down. It was going to be offices at one stage when Jorge purchased this. And he decided that, why not make it into a spa? And it almost became a spa. But for a passion for coffee and big coffee drinkers that they are in his office, he decided, let's do coffee. And that's how it came to be. Really.
Okay.
Obviously, the whole zoning issue was somebody made a mistake in the 80s, apparently, when they changed everything from written to computers and marked it as a commercial.
And luckily for you guys, it was done like that.
Very lucky, and I think for many people, very lucky. I mean, I think we've added a value to the community itself. You know, it's a warm place to come and sit down and enjoy yourselves. You know, every week I get to see the same people walk in during the week, whether they just dropped off their kids or they're having a business meeting. The phenomenal part, seeing them here on our brunch on a Saturday, they come in here out of their work clothes with their kids running around and just enjoying themselves. So it's a complete different, but you know, you get to build a relationship off of that. I mean, I enjoy speaking with some of the customers here just because they have so much to say and they let their feedback known just as much as Yelpers. So I appreciate that.
100%. Well, Marcel, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you guys
for taking the time,
Yes.
sitting down with us on our inaugural journey to support local businesses.
Absolutely.
It has been everything I expected it to be, and I'm so excited for your future.
Thank you.
That's it, guys. That's a wrap on our first episode. I want to thank you guys for joining us here at CommonWealth Coffee. Please, if you'd like to follow us and see some of the other things we're going to be doing this year, subscribe and like below. We're going to be leaving a link to our YouTube page so you can see the full episode. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being with us.